Well, there we are. Who said we cannot have a bit of light-hearted fun in all the seriousness of politics on this day when we've been looking with such concern at the events going on at Kabul airport? But you've got to have a bit of fun in life too. And the loonies, I've got to tell you, they have brought so much fun to British public life. So I hope they go on forever doing it. Now, we're going to finish off, as we always do, with Barrage the Farage. And, as you know, I don't get to see the questions before, which makes it all that much more exciting. So here we go. Jim asks me, Nigel, do you find it mildly strange that the Taliban are allowed a Twitter account, yet the previous democratically elected leader of the United States or not? I have to say thank you for that. It is astonishing, isn't it? It's almost as if Silicon Valley is trying to legitimize the appalling Taliban, who are going to take millions of people's lives back to the dark ages in Afghanistan, and yet the 45th president of the United States of America is completely silenced by Twitter, by Facebook, by all those social media channels. I mean, that is an absolute, complete and utter disgrace. And something has got to happen. Something has got to change. We cannot have Sir Nick Clegg and people like that being the arbiters of what we can and cannot see. So you're quite right to point out the discrepancy between the Taliban being on Twitter and Donald Trump being banned. It is absolutely nuts. Neil on email asks me, should Priti Patel explain exactly what the 54 million has been spent on by the French authorities, given the number of migrant crossings increased to record levels at the weekend? Yep, we had 592, came into Dover last Thursday, a new record, although I'm told several were not caught and just disappeared off into the countryside. Yesterday, the number was 285. They probably won't come for a couple of days, northwesterly winds in the channel, but they'll come again. And I've said it again and again, you know, it is going to be in excess of 25,000 people this year. It is totally out of control. And that was before what's happening in Afghanistan. And what generally happens is people illegally crossing the channel, and yes, they claim asylum once they get here, but they very rarely have ID. They think by not having ID, they can't be sent back anywhere. And I promise you, what's going to happen from now on is everybody will say we've come from Afghanistan. So the problems in the channel will get even worse because of this Biden bungle. For us, it's the biggest foreign policy failure since Suez. For Biden, well, they're saying it's not Saigon, but it could turn out to be even worse. Leslie on email says, please tell us about the tie you are wearing today. It looks great. Is it a special one? Well, it's a summer tie. To be honest with you, I have vowed that I'll wear a different tie every single day that I'm here on this show. Now, I might run out in 6 months' time, but I've got hundreds of them, and I can't even remember where that one was from. But thank you for the compliment. And if I do wear a tie you can't stand, equally, you can say that as well. Alan on email says, what sort of music do you like? What was your first concert? Well, sadly, it should have been Kerry Rapid and the Soul Tones. I should have. Blue Stars. I should have gone and watched Alan. I should have gone and watched Alan. I didn't. I think the first concert I went to was an open-air outdoor concert in about 1980 with Suggs and Madness playing, I think. Yeah. And I thoroughly approved of that. I love Madness. Thought it was absolutely great fun. Right, the last one I'm going to do here is, Catherine says, do you think that you may be the best Prime Minister the UK may never have?
Well,
that is a loony thing to say. Yes. It's a loony thing to say. Only Alan Hope would say a thing like that. Thanks, everybody, for joining me this evening.